amazing. And whoever's thumbs downing my videos all the time, thank you, because honestly, that just brings up the algorithm up apparently if you did your research. So okay, I've been wanting to make this video forever, and I'm so nervous. No bad news, I promise. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Joan here, and today's video is going to be a special one. It's very heartwarming, and like I said, I've been meaning to create a video like this. Okay, so here it goes. First off, if you don't watch the whole video, I first just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch anything that I make, any videos that I put out, liking any posts that I post on Instagram or Twitter or whatever social media platform, or even sending a direct message and telling me some sort of feedback on how you feel about what the things that I post or put out. It just means a lot. Seriously, from the bottom of my heart, it means a lot. And I've been meaning to create this video because I think it's one thing to like send messages personally one by one, which I do because I feel like it's more authentic and true to you and me by me just personally sending you a message. But at the same time, I feel like overall, I want to create a general message about everything that's been going on, and everyone's kind of asking similar questions. So I'm just going to make this like short and sweet, and there it goes. So for the past few weeks, it has been super overwhelming. I don't even know where to start. And like I said, I think some people forget to say thank you, but thank you for everything. And I'm talking to you, whoever it is that is watching this video. Literally, I feel like life has been on a fast pace. So many things have been happening, and by no means I do not want to like put down anyone who has been going through stuff, especially during this pandemic. I am very privileged and grateful for every opportunity that I am experiencing, and it does make me really sad when I can't be there or help out in a way where it relieves all your problems. And for me, especially because my YouTube channel doesn't just like focus on like film photography, it focuses on like other situations or topics that like really resonate with me and apparently resonates with you. And when people hit me up or contact me about how they feel or whatever it is video that I put out, and then they like tell me how they feel and how that correlates with them, I'm just like, oh man, like it's like such a good feeling that I made an impact on you. And also it takes a while for me to process because I'm just like, oh, don't know how I'm going to respond, and I want to respond in the best way possible. Not necessarily saying like a fake response, but just like I want to make sure that I give the proper response to each and every person that has reached out. And honestly, it's even crazier when they're like people from all over the world, and it's not like one-time conversations. Like I keep having interactions with people everywhere, and I think that's the power of technology. I know if you watch the recent documentary on Netflix called Social Dilemma, it definitely makes you not want to be on social media ever again. But there are some perks about being on social media because, like I said, you get to be in contact with people from all over, and if you're safe and you just like make sure you're not talking to anyone who is toxic, I don't think that there is necessarily a bad aspect as long as you are just being very careful with who you talk to and the stuff that you share. But if it's just like talking about photography, I hope it's not a bad conversation. So going back, so many things have been happening in my life in the past few weeks, and definitely if you haven't listened to the episode from Analog Talk my conversation with Chris and Timothy. Thank you. Shout outs to them for giving me the opportunity to share my stories of what I've been working on during the whole pandemic related to photography. It means a whole lot, especially the people who have already told me that they've listened to the episode. I'm always like nervous, like it's out there now and everyone can listen, and I'm like, I don't know what they're gonna say. Not like you do create content for the people, but it also is just like, just nerve-wracking, just to know that someone out there is taking the time out of their day to like listen on their commute or like while they work out, I heard, and listening to my voice, even though everyone hates their voice. I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that. But I just like the fact that I get to express whatever it is that I'm working on to other people. And so there's that. And another thing is the whole My Film Story on Ilford Photo. If you don't know, that kind of just dropped a week ago. And at the same time, that has been a project that actually has been in the making for over a year now. Honestly, I didn't even know if it was gonna come out. And so for me, the fact that you guys get to watch it now means a whole lot. Just because, for one, the fact that people asked if like Ilford hit me up, is like, no, I hit them up. And then the fact that they even gave me the chance to like present myself in the way of like literally authentic who I am and like what it is that I do and whatever it is that I wanted to say. It just, like, what brand lets you do that? Like, that's just really nice. And I understand people want to stick to brand and they don't want to necessarily like touch base on certain topics that might trigger other people and like, let's say, ruin the brand, but not like I had anything to say that would do that. But you never know. And the fact that they took a chance on me, I'm very grateful. So shout outs to Ilford. And at the same time, so the same questions that have been like, you know, being brought up are like, Joan, how are you doing? How are you feeling? You're too famous for me now. Oh my God, every time I think of that, I'm like, shake my head. And like, let me be your assistant. Or like, these could be all jokes too, but it's like a common thread of questions and messages and comments. And so first off, I am so overwhelmed in a good way that I had to like step back. Like, I would just post to promote, but I would not like be on my social media at all because I just felt like it was too much to like have or process in my mind. And then like I would just like return the responses by saying like thank you or whatever it is. I appreciate them, and I do. And then at the same time, it was just like one after the other. So then the Analog Talk interview, which pretty much explains like how the whole Ilford thing happened, that went live. And then literally this thing here, the newspaper, then this article like happened, and just like one after the other. And then I'm just like, it's a lot, guys, it's a lot. And for me, I've been working on other things currently, so it's like my mind is like not focused as much, you know, like it's trying to keep track with everybody, but then I'm also like back in school and then like working on other projects that I'm working on now that I can't wait to share with you guys. And so it's a lot. And I think the biggest question that I get all the time is like, Joan, how'd you do this? Or how'd you get that? Or how does this even freaking happen to you? And I'm like, what is that supposed to mean? So first of all, I'm very, very appreciative with everything that's going on. Like I said, I can't ask for anything else. And I used to work in fast food, I used to work in retail, and I just know how much I just didn't like working under somebody. So that's why I put all my energy into like what I do now. And I think it's different when someone hires you like to be a photographer just because you have a camera, let's say. But then it's another thing when someone hires you because they appreciate your vision, they know your talent and your skills, and that's why they want to hire you. And so for me, I've been asked plenty of times to do photo shoots, and people are like, Joan, that's wild. Like, why would you like not take that job? Like, you know, it's still money. And it's not that I'm not appreciative, but it's like, I already know for all the experience of years that I've encountered clients, like I know when someone just wants to hire me because I own this gear. It's not because they hired me because they actually like admire what it is that I do. And so for me, I used to be that, like in the beginning, like every other person. I feel like you're like, yeah, I want to make money, so I take X, Y, and Z jobs, right? But now I'm just like over it. I'm just like, I don't want to work under someone that I can't genuinely support. And so I'm just like, rather, instead of me taking on the job, I actually always recommend someone else that I know will probably want to just take the job because they want to make money. And I never leave like someone hanging just because I say no. I'm like, no, here's another person that you could use, but not me. And so I think that's why I get the clients that I do get, because I like literally put my boundaries, just as it is the same with relationships. I'm like, this is how it is. This is what I want. If you don't want to accept it, I understand, but you need to like go somewhere else. Unless you really appreciate the quality that it is that I do, then like you would hire me like for what it is, like the amount that I want to be paid for, because that's like a dish, right? And so that is how I feel like I get the type of work that I want, is because I really put it out there, like this is what I make, this is what I want to do. And so my problem is like I don't know how to take a day off. I'm currently on my last year of school, working on projects still, working on the TV show that I work on still. I do a lot. And even the moment I like close my eyes, I'm like thinking. And it's like really bad. But the things of like how I like deal with it, I like write in my journal. Like I haven't been doing the best with exercising. I'm not even gonna like lie. I used to work out so much before COVID, but like during COVID, like I'll ride my bike, you know, here and there. But like now the weather is like getting cooler. Haven't been doing that, but I've just been on shoots a lot. And it's like, I don't suggest anyone to have the lifestyle that I have. Like, yes, I can't ask for anything more working all these crazy like projects in a good way, but like I can't get to binge watch the shows that I want to watch. I can't watch the movies I want to watch. I don't even hang out with most of my friends. Like I hang out with them just to like eat, which is better than nothing. But like I wish I had the time to just like chill and hang out. But at the same time, I'm like, oh, once I like rack up the amount of money and like get to do like the things that I really want to do, like travel and like have money for that and stuff like that, then I can like appreciate and hang out. And my friends, if they're my real friends, they'll still be there regardless. But like right now, I just like want to like, I'm like in the zone of like just like making stuff, content. And like at the same time, how can I say this? For me, being such a person that has high anxiety and depression, like obviously, or it might not be obvious if you don't have this, but to be in a good state of mind takes a lot. So the fact that if I'm feeling good, I'm gonna take the opportunity to like create and work, and like, cause then when I feel down, when I feel like I don't want to wake up, when I feel like I don't want to get up from my bed, I know for sure I'm not gonna get anything done. So when I know that I'm like in productive mode, I'm like, go, let's like ride the wave. So that's like me working so much, so hard. And it really shows, I guess, because a lot of people are like, Joan, you're like super underrated. You're like the underdog here on YouTube. And like for me, I just like make stuff. I don't like look at all of that and like look at everyone else. I just support my friends on YouTube. Like they're like family to me now. And it's crazy because I haven't met most of them yet. And I just talk to them a lot, like every other day, checking in on them, saying like, hey, what's up? It's never even like, hey, like, are you gonna post today? It's more like, how are you feeling? Like, oh, cool. Like, you know, like they're all human beings too. Like we're not just all about YouTube content. Like what the fuck? Like that's just like mad surface level friendships. So I'm so proud to say that like I can call them my friends. And at the same time, yeah, that's why you probably haven't been seeing a lot of videos out lately from me besides like Creative Juice, because I've just been working on a lot of other stuff, and I can't wait to show you guys what it is that I'm going to come up with next. But I just want to say that by no means, I think the biggest worry a lot of people think is that I'm gonna like have this big head. And I was like, nah. Because like I know that I started from the bottom, literally started from the bottom. Now we're here. And like I just don't want to ever be that person that's like mad selfish and like thinks like they're the shit. I was like thinking of that pop star song. Anyways, I'm a photographer, not a doctor. Story of my life, telling my mom that. And at the same time, I just know how it feels like to get neglected, to feel like left out, to feel like a nobody. So I would never ever want to make anyone feel like that. So I try my best to respond to everyone, whoever like reaches out. And it's most of the time not even photography related. It's mostly like, hey, Joan, you inspired me to like grab or buy a film camera. But then like mental health stuff, or like just checking in, was like, how are you feeling? Like, oh, by the way, like there's this thing I want to recommend to you. Like, it's really cool, like the interactions that I have with like people. It's not just, like I said, surface level things. And yeah, it's just, I just hope that people like when they hear my story or they hear whatever it is that I have to say or the things that I put out there, my whole point is like I just want to inspire. I just want to push you and show you that you can do it too. You don't need to be like this big ass YouTuber or like person that is like a celebrity. Like you could just be a normal human being who's just has this like very like smart brain, intellectual like idea. And by no means, I'm not like an all A student either or something like that. And like as long as you have a good idea, like go for it. Like follow your gut and like make it happen. And like you never know what the outcome is going to be. Like all the stuff that I make, I just make it for myself, have my head down and just like boom, upload. But I'm not like thinking about like how everyone else is going to take it. I'm just like, okay, it's there. Okay, don't look at YouTube anymore. I'm just like, you know, it's just there. And if people like it, that's cool. But if they don't, it is what it is. So like that's just like my biggest advice always is like just work hard and people will notice. Don't get so configured with the numbers and like if people really are like giving you attention. Cause like honestly, like why would you want people to like notice you when you're already big? It's like saying like when you're already viral or trending. You want people to appreciate you when you were like not nobody or nothing. But like obviously like when you are just like just here, just like right now, like me sitting here. Like you want to be noticed when like the whole crowd isn't noticing you, but they're noticing you for some reason. And hopefully in a good way. But yeah, that's like just how I see things. I'm just going to like keep it going, keep the momentum going, learn and try my best to take breaks like my therapist says. And even when I'm not working, I'm just like writing in my journal. I'm like listening to podcasts, listening to new songs that could like inspire me. I'll like talk to my friends and like bounce back with them with ideas, literally. And all I do on my downtime is like skate. Literally, like I try every day to skate just so I could get better, and hopefully in a year you'll see the progress. But by no means I'm not pro, and I am never going to say I'm pro in anything that I do. I just live my life the way how I want to live it, and I'm finally living it the way how I want to live it. Because like before I used to just like configure it to like everyone else's like social means, and I am just saying like whatever I saw everyone else was doing, I was doing too. And I would always just like hold back and suppress how I feel because I felt like no one would understand me. But like the fact that you guys are watching my videos and you guys are supporting and you guys are like saying all this like amazing feedback, like you guys help me like want to bring awareness and share with the world the conversation of like all the things that I like believe in and like want to make a change into, especially mental health. And it's just such a rewarding feeling, and I wish I could celebrate this with all of you guys. Like, I'd just do some major Zoom meeting call, but like that'd just probably be chaotic. But like in the end of the day, like I just feel very grateful. Thank you so much for everything. Like, I hope you could feel from the tone of my voice, like I just want everyone to just like feel comfortable with who they are and that they don't have to front and be somebody else, because that's just what I'm doing. I'm just myself, and like I'm not afraid to cry. I'm not afraid to tell someone I feel uncomfortable. I'm not afraid to tell someone like this is how it is, or like whatever, like, and you can't force people and you can't control them for sure. But like you can only control your actions. So like if that's how you feel, like don't hesitate to tell someone how you feel, but tell them in a right way, meaning like in a nice way or like in a calm way, never in anger. And never have some side remark in the end if someone tells you something that you don't want to hear. Like there's no need to like add fuel to the fire. Just like let it go, because in the end of the day, you're probably not gonna like you know, be in the same room with that person like next year or something. Like they'll be like non-existent, so it's like waste of time. Just like move on, focus on yourself, and like things will just like flow better that way, seriously. And if you see those quotes on Instagram, there's a reason why you see these quotes, because like probably does work for other people out there and they already get it. So that's just my sense of all of why all the things have been happening. There is no secret magic formula to like why I get the opportunities that I do or why I do what I do. I'm just fucking grateful. I just reach out, I just stay myself, and I just try my best to stay being a good human being. And I don't want anyone to ever feel left out or feel like a nobody. And that's it. Okay, thank you for watching. And this shit, man, like this is crazy. Yeah. Stay tuned till the next video, whenever that is. I can't wait for you guys to see the next stuff that I am working on. I swear, I promise you, it'll be amazing. And whoever's thumbs downing my videos all the time, thank you, because honestly, that just brings up the algorithm up apparently, if you did your research. So yeah, okay.